either try and get involved and implement things, or you just sit back and get left behind. I'm interested to know, since you're kind of really focused on tech, we're building this company, what do you think about tech? How is it going to impact specifically AI? How are we going to see that come into the market?
Do you know what? I think there's a lot of hype about AI at the moment, and everybody's trying to find use cases, and everyone's using AI as a boom word that our company uses AI. You know, there's a fine line between machine learning, automation, and AI. So what is AI and what isn't AI? One of the big things at the moment which I believe is valuable is AI agents. I don't know if you know much about AI agents.
Yeah, I invested into a company, Kendal AI.
Yes.
And they're managing our CRM, so everyone that joins our company gets their own WhatsApp assistant.
Exactly.
To start with, and then there's so many other plans that we want to.
Yeah, so building on the agent AI, every company can have a value to that, and it basically becomes your administrator, and it can do tasks beyond that as well, of course. So every time we look at products, we look at the US, we look at the UK, they tend to be maybe 6 to 12 months ahead in terms of this. There's a fantastic app in the US right now within real estate where you can effectively send a message and say, I've done a viewing in Palm Jumeirah, 2-bed, it's 2.3, send a proposal to this client.
Is this, what's it called, Smart?
It's actually the Serhant one.
Yeah, is it Smart by Serhant?
Smart by Serhant, I think so, yeah. And I'm annoyed by it, it's fantastic. But it's actually, for us, I mean, we've got AI, we use AI, but we want to use it in ways that actually benefits the customer and the company. And you also need to be really careful about how's the data stored, what data are you passing through AI? Because there's a lot of uncertainty at the moment. So the way that I see it at the moment, a lot of AI agents, I would always look at having your own IP, not using externals to do that. So investing in a company like Kendal means that you're involved in that. And using these tools to increase your efficiencies. Because as we mentioned, there is a lot of inefficiencies. I don't see AI ever taking over real estate because it is a very white glove process, and especially in the Middle East. Yeah. We're not at a stage where people will be comfortable buying online. So it's about using technology, AI, to be the perfect blend between technology and giving that white glove service throughout the process. Yeah. I'll give you an example of one thing that we did with AI. The first thing that we did with it anyway. Obviously we've got AI agents, we've got tools that help our team speed it up, but the first test that we did with it was the application forms. So uploading your documents, filling in an application form, signing that application form. Do you know what, that can take a week, and not because it takes a week, it's just because the customer needs to get the documents together, they need to then
scan it in the right way.
Yes, fill in the application form. It can be confusing, what parts do I fill, what do I not fill, and then I need to sign it, and then they'll probably sit on it for the weekend. Whereas what we've got is we upload all the documents through our platform, instantly produces an application form, filled in completely, sends to the customer then to digitally sign. And what we found is that what was taking a week, and just because of people having to print out and whatnot, it did take a bit of time. People procrastinate, including myself. Now they do it within a day. So we've saved 7 days off a process, which is effectively a 90-day process, 60 to 90-day process. So the way that I look at it is every tool that we can build that saves 5-6 days, whether it's on the discovery, whether it is on the application process. One of our main focuses now is on the actual process itself, so the conveyance aspect of mortgages and real estate transactions. Where can we save time, and how can we connect all parties into one transaction? Because a lot of the time in transactions, problem is you've got a conveyancer, you've got 2 agents, you've got to go for an NOC. Who's responsible for the NOC? Is it the buyer, the seller's agent? It's just having clear communication guidelines between all parties and saying, right, we've signed the FOL, an AI agent goes out and says, right, we've got an FOL, this is the next step, let's get this done. So that's one of our next main focuses, and how we can use it in a way that actually benefits the company and the customer.
Amazing. That's really, that's really insightful. I'm excited to see how it can help.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm excited to get help.
We're at MVP stage, we need to do a lot more testing, but it definitely adds value if it's done in the correct way, of course. Yeah. There's a lot of AI out there that we're unsure of whether it is, whether it isn't AI, but I respect everybody that's trying to build that into their company, and there's so many ways it can be done.
and you either try and get involved and implement things and
Yeah.
just learn from mistakes and get involved, or you just sit back and get left behind, I think.
Absolutely. I think that's a problem we're going to see in the market. Real estate in its entirety, 95% of companies probably operate in the same way that they've operated in their previous companies, because they're generally set up by people that have left some of the major companies.
Yeah.
What is it that they're doing differently?
Yeah.
So when we set up Holo, there was no point in us saying, right, we'll be a bricks and mortar mortgage company, we'll go out and meet customers. Because everybody's doing that.
Yeah.
Like, how can we do it differently? How can we do it efficiently? So the next companies that come in and do that are going to make an impact on real estate. I know there's a few working on it at the moment. I think they'll do incredibly well. There's some large companies that already do it, and they are doing incredibly well, but a lot of people will get left behind if they don't.
Yeah, it's exciting to see.
Exactly.
3 kids, an amazing business. You're a busy man, so I think we'll wrap that up.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it's good to catch up as well.
Yeah, love it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you so much. That was awesome.